Hello, we are the Vaquero Garcia Advisory, the winners of the boat race during a treat earlier this year.
Each member of our homeroom has agreed to make a statement about one of our classmates, and first up is Gwen.
One thing that everyone agreed on in our homeroom is that Ellie Hung is an incredibly nice person. Another thing that was covered by multiple people is her amazing artistic ability. During homeroom, she would always have a new intricate drawing being done. Many people who have watched Ellie run during the cross country season will notice her perseverance through hard times and pain. Over this year, we have all gotten to know the sweet and kind person that Ellie is.
Mark is an intelligent, funny, and deep thinker. Our best memories of him were his debates on everything from politics to the best candy. He's a passionate and experienced debater who always cracked a joke while debating. We as a homeroom think he's a knowledgeable and a positive thinker. Good luck next year.
Getting to know Alexi Umbers has been one of the greatest opportunities our homeroom has ever had. A spectacular student, artist, and runner, Alexi is not afraid to be himself in any situation. He can walk into a room with any three people and walk out with everybody laughing. Alexi is smart, kind, hardworking, funny, athletic, supportive, and helpful. Furthermore, in addition to his many skills, he's a perfect friend. If someone needs help with homework, he'll make time in his day to help them, even if he doesn't know them. No matter the time or place, Alexi will always be there. There has been no greater joy in our homeroom this year than having him in it.
Aiden Rohde is without a doubt a person worth knowing, whether it's as a friend, a class helper, or the inventor of a new ping pong ball game. He is always kind and full of positivity. Aiden is the person who walks up to the new kid at school and introduces himself. Not only is he fun and full of energy, but he is hardworking as well. When he wants something to be done, he will get it done. He will not be deterred until he has accomplished his goal. Throughout the year, we have also been awestruck at his ability to make friends with basically anyone. From playing games to half marathons, he will make sure that everyone is included. If the past 6 months have taught us one thing, it's that Aiden has a heart of gold.
Sadie Wickham is a kind, caring, funny, and smart person. She's always making people laugh, and whether people want her to or not. A great basketball player and soccer player, and amazing artist. With Sadie, every day holds some sort of surprise. There's never a dull moment with her in the room. In homeroom, she's always inclusive and willing to work hard for the group. And these qualities aren't just present in homeroom or in the classroom. She always demonstrates the same qualities outside the classroom through being a great being a great leader and teammate.
Our responsible Vice President of ASB, Aditya Rao, is always open to discussing space, technology, and the future, which we love to hear about. Some of our best scientific talks were with Aditya. Not only is he super smart and always prepared for class, but he is a really nice, kind, and talented person, and a great vice president, homeroom rep, and musician to boot. Aditya, it was fun making the longest political ideology in the world and founding the Paleo-Libertarian Party of America together. Thank you for being one of my first friends at Overlake.
Gwen Evans is a kind, funny, and smart friend and classmate to all. She always knows how to make everyone smile and laugh. Along with this, she is an incredible athlete who works really hard and is passionate. She is never afraid to speak her mind, and her strong opinions add depth to every conversation. I'm very grateful to know Gwen.
As an athlete, artist, and student, Lady Lee is a triple threat. A real multi-talented girl, she's someone you can't forget. She breezes through the basketball court in style and awesomes us with her art, all the while still brightening our days with her smile. Whether it's with the pencil, brush, or ball, she won't settle for good enough. In everything she puts her all, and she never ever gives up. Loyal, caring, funny, and true, Libby, thanks for being you.
Miss Vaquero Garcia has been a fantastic advisor this year. Whether it's helping people with homework or checking up on our other classes, she has always been so supportive. Without a doubt, there isn't a single person in the 8th grade she hasn't helped this year. During our homeroom time, she was always there to ask if we were doing okay.
This is awesome when you need someone to complain to about the amount of homework we get. She continues to support us even throughout online school, consistently making sure we're passing our online classes. It has been such a great year in homeroom, all thanks to BG, and our entire advisory is so grateful that she was there for us. Thanks you, everybody, for listening.
Chase is an amazing person to be around and a good friend. He's nice and he's always willing to help out, and he's really easy to talk to and have a conversation with. He is really outgoing, and a lot of people would say Chase is one of the nicest in our grade, and he's friendly to about anyone and brings the best out of people, and he's really inspiring.
Sarah, homeroom with you this year was a blast, and talking to you and Miss Wall in the corner while God knows what the rest of our homeroom was doing was honestly the highlight of my day. I think you were the least problematic member of our homeroom, aside from that one week you decided to become a pro gamer. Although entertaining, that was slightly annoying. We love you so much, and thank you for making homeroom a happier place.
Hello, Luke Song. It's Ayul here. I'm going to be talking about how much of an amazing person you were during our time in homeroom this year. You always brought a fun, competitive gaming spirit, in a good way. You were always extremely fun to be around, and I'm sure everyone would agree. You were always determined to get to homeroom first. That's the spirit. You were always passionate about our meetups at homeroom and socializing with us. Lastly, our lovely homeroom teacher, Miss Fulwell. You were the best homeroom teacher that we could have asked for. You cared for us so much and always made us feel welcome. You also knew when we were going too far and stopped us from doing a lot of stupid stuff. Thank you, Miss Fulwell and Luke Song, and I hope to see both of you all next year.
Caroline, I'm so glad that we were in the same homeroom this year. You were so nice and a joy to be around. You've given great ideas for what to do during online homeroom, as well as been super fun when we had school. Thanks for being a great friend.
Hayul is one of the funniest kids I know. Like, he always makes me laugh, he makes my friends laugh, he makes just anyone in our grade laugh. So, yeah, Hayul's a really fun guy to be around. He's a great person, really nice, really kind, and really, really funny. I think if you ask people, like, who the funniest kids in our grade are, Hayul would definitely be one of those kids. So, yeah.
I really love my homeroom this year. They've been so great and kind, and I think we've grown so much since the beginning of the year. We've become better friends, and our teamwork is much better. I'm so grateful for my advisor, Ms. Fulwell, who has always been willing to reach out and be my advocate whenever I need it. I also want to give a shout out to Fiona. We've been good friends before this year, but I'm so glad we've become better friends through homeroom this year.
Mateo is a very close friend of mine. Him and I play video games together, whether it be over Xbox or PC, and crack jokes the entire time. He is always close by if I need cheering up or to reach out to him. I consider him one of my best friends that I remember forever. Fulwell homeroom has been awesome for me this year. Everyone is so chill and fun, especially Miss Fulwell, but when needed, she keeps the homeroom in line. This homeroom has been welcoming and open to me. I am sad to be leaving it this year. One of my favorite parts about homeroom is just hanging out with everyone and talking. Sometimes our discussions are about how school is going for us or what we're doing over the weekend. I will never forget this homeroom. I hope you have a great summer.
Hi, this will be about Sachi. So I want to say just really quickly that you are a really cool person to be around. You have a really good sense of humor. And I'm really glad I got to know you better this year, because without you, those classes would not have been as fun, or those practices in general. During the very short season of volleyball that we got to play together, I think that was an incredible experience as well. Not only are you a really good player that I could learn a lot from, you're also a really good leader. Like, even when the rest of us were down, you always said what really needed to be said. You always encourage the rest of us and help us do better. And I just want to say thank you for making this year great. Thanks.
We're doing the clapping or uncomfortable silence. Welcome to the Mihata homeroom. Let's talk about Karsten. Karsten and I have become good friends over this past year. We have been on many ski trips that have mostly ended in me and my gear going flying and Karsten apologizing. We have bonded over basketball and 21 Pilots and have had a great time together in homeroom. He has provided the homeroom and I with endless amounts of food, and I mean endless. He always gives it away and makes everyone happy. He's a great guy and is an important part of our homeroom.
So let's talk about John now. John, he's a great guy, and he's always cheerful and positive, and also loves 21 Pilots. He's also very fragile, usually due to me, and he's a great ski partner on the ski bus. John was a great basketball teammate, and he is obsessed with build-up novels. And John, sorry about nearly breaking your back during the ski bus and making you search for my glasses for 30 minutes when it was in my bag the whole time.
Sophia has many things that make this girl the person who she is. First of all, she's probably the politest person ever who is godly at skiing. This girl is unapologetically confident and never does anything to impress someone else other than herself. She is caring and empathetic, never leaving someone behind. Homeroom has always been a highlight of my day with her, especially in the winter when we explored that marshy area together. I cannot wait to go to high school with you, love. Thank you for being a great best friend.
I'd also like to say that in the 4 years that we have been classmates, I have never seen her anger or annoy anyone. She always makes everyone smile.
Elizabeth is super kind, sweet, and caring. She is very funny and can always make us laugh, especially during her office party with the stapler and the Jell-O. Whenever something needs to be done in her homeroom, she's always the first one on it. She's an amazing best friend, and I do not know what I would do without her. Love you, Ski Buddy!
I met Jacob almost 2 years ago, and it's been really nice knowing him. Some things I've learned is that he's a very theatrical person. This year, he did play production and tech theater, and he was also in the musical. Some things I remember about him was when we did homeroom cleanup together. It was a bit of a mess getting all the 7th graders to do us, but we went through it, and it was fine at the end of the day. So it's been nice to know you, Jacob.
I'm for Emilio. Emilio has been a great homeroom member this year. He had a record of being fashionably late, and this let us have the opportunity to attend the weekly 9:30 hunt for Emilio. He was usually quiet, but had a big voice when we had big discussions. Since he came to Overlake, he has played soccer, basketball, and Ultimate, and I was looking forward to playing Ultimate with him this year. I had a great time with him at the start of the year when we built the cardboard boats. I remember he was very good at guarding the tape. One of the funniest things I've seen him do was kick the goal ball very hard that made me scared for my life. It's been only 2 years since he came to the school, but it has felt like much longer. I'm excited to see him next year for his 3rd consecutive year at Overlake.
So Imani is best known for her flashy tie collection that no person in our school, much less in our grade, can match. Her colorful and unique outfits demonstrate her personality fantastically. She's one of my oldest friends at Overlake, and every day I just find more to be thankful for her presence. I remember in 6th grade especially, we were really close and we hung out all the time. And I would just love for that to keep on happening. I'm so excited to go into high school for you, and I'm glad to graduate.
Catherine is an amazingly artistic and generous person who is always there for her friends. Her artwork and writing are just two of her never-ending talents. She is an amazing person and an even better friend. I truly cherish all of the time that we have spent together here at Overlake because she is one of the most amazing people that I have ever met. Thank you so much, Catherine, for making Overlake an awesome place to go to school, and I'm truly honored to be graduating alongside you.
To my homeroom, I want to say this. This has been a very special advisory for me, and I'm thankful that each one of you was with me during what turned out to be quite a year. And here's how I'll remember this group. You have fun. We played silent ball and spoons, and we played musical chairs with Bee Gees homeroom, and we drew ridiculous pictures on the board and in Scriblio. And we laughed a lot. And you showed up. And I don't just mean you showed up to homeroom each day, but you showed up for me and for each other. You showed up on campus and online. And from the beginning, I sensed a commitment and a willingness to engage with one another. And I love that about this group. And you throw an awesome party on the fly. Every homeroom wants to have a party, but experience tells me that not every homeroom actually can pull it off. This group pulled it off. We had a theme, the office. We had a dress code, wear a tie, or in Imani's case, wear all the ties. And we had food, lots and lots and lots of food, including that Jell-O you heard about with the stapler in it. My favorite memory of this homeroom was the time when John's response to the snow was a simple, "We should go throw rocks in that frozen pond down there." And down the hill we went. Was the pond frozen? No. Did we get a great photo of our group out in the snow and sticks? No. Will I ever forget all of you posing for a photo spread out in the snowy woods? No, I will never forget you. And I wish you all the very best in your next steps. And as high school students, visit often, and you are lifetime members of the Mihata homeroom. Congratulations.
All right, so when I heard that I was gonna have to go up to the gym every day for advisory for the second year in a row, I was dissatisfied. Our homeroom was really an odd group of kids, but as the year went on, we started to get to know each other just a little bit more. From Miss Gold's endless supply of candy to Miss Treebold's fake skeletons and joints in the back of the classroom, there were a few things that made homeroom uniquely ours. And while we may not say it out loud, I think we all appreciated the happy, quiet atmosphere that we came to call our own. As for the walk, we all got used to it, but it turns out that it's about 50 feet in elevation gain from the campus center, and if you multiply that by the 284 days of the school year, we climbed approximately the same amount of elevation as if we had climbed Mount Rainier starting at sea level. And I think that really describes our 8th grade year because it was a journey, and like any journey, there were highs, there were lows, but it was the people who really made it worth the climb.
First, I'll be speaking about Allison Del Sarto. Allison is an excellent lacrosse player, and she scored many amazing goals during the games. Her passion in lacrosse also shows when she gives words of advice and encouragement as a very supportive teammate. Allison was a leader during the transition to online classes and offers valuable insight during group discussions. Moreover, Allison is hardworking and even at times studies in homeroom.
Rishi is a hardcore gamer, and I'm not just talking about Fortnite. He is kind of like a gamer in all of normal life, and he just makes life fun and it's just a pleasure to be around. But at the same time, he has a more introspective side and is able to think deeply, which is truly invaluable as a friend.
It is certainly difficult to transition to a new school at any time, but being new in 8th grade has many added challenges. However, Augustina Hansen seemed to have handled these challenges well with her friendly personality, hardworking attitude, and thoughtful insight. Outside of Overlake, Augustina is very passionate about rowing. Another passion of hers is growing a garden, which was reflected in her 30-day project. Augustina, we're so fortunate to have you join our community.
Karis is very funny, and I'm not just talking about her YouTube channel in 6th grade, but she is incredibly funny in all of life and is just, like I said before, a pleasure to be around. But at the same time, she protects her friends and is super supportive, and whenever they need it, she is always willing to step in and give them a nudge.
Next, I'll be speaking about Chloe Kim. At the beginning of the year, Chloe bravely volunteered to be Treegold Homeroom's ASP representative this year. A big thank you for representing us in ASP, Chloe. Now, she might be quite humble about this, but Chloe is also an incredible rock climber. But most of all, Chloe's thoughtful and friendly personality makes her an amazing member of our homeroom.
Next up, we have David, and to be honest, he is just a joy to be around. He makes everything funny, even if it's like sad or happy, no matter what. There's always laughter coming from his end of the room. And at the same time, he's just super calm and he carries himself well no matter what's going on, and he never gets stressed knowing that it'll all be all right no matter what happens.
And now I'll talk about Reed. Reed, whose curiosity, thoughtfulness, and passion are evident in his contributions to the Overlake community, perhaps the most recent of which is his new series, the Overlake version of Some Good News, providing much-needed support during these uncertain times. He's played numerous lead roles such as Leon in Fools and Jojo in Seussical, as well as Dionysus in The Frogs before it was canceled due to the stay-at-home order. Besides his passion in acting, Reed also has a multitude of other talents, such as singing and karate. And yes, for those of you who are wondering, he can do a backflip.
Ryan is really one of the kindest people that I know. She never hesitates to help someone out, to open the door for someone, and to keep it open for everyone who's coming through. And at the same time, she's also super intelligent. But really what I value most about her is that she's always willing to be herself, no matter what, which is really one of the hardest things to do in middle school.
And lastly, I'll be speaking about Mrs. Gold. Mrs. Gold always has something interesting to brighten our homeroom, including a variety of puzzles and even a mini ice rink for us to play desk hockey. Mrs. Gold also never seems to run out of interesting stories to tell either, from tales about her dog while showing us adorable pictures, to the struggles in her campaign to collect all the basketball uniforms while complimenting Overlake teams. Sometimes Mrs. Gold would also invite us to complete the daily challenges in a crossword game she has on her phone, which was at times difficult but very fun too.
And last up, we have Miss Treebold, who is really one of the most caring people that I know. She was always looking out for all of her homies and everyone else in the school at the same time. But at the same time, she was always trying to understand us and get like the cool kid stuff, which really just shows how good a person she is. But she's always doing the little things just to show us that she knows we're here and that she appreciates that we're there. And that is extremely valuable as an advisor.
We have to walk up to the gym almost every school day except for Tuesdays. Such is a universal truth in the life of a Treegold homie. But now that the school year is ending and we have online classes, the long trek seems to be even just a little bit, just slightly nostalgic. It's been a great year and proud to be in Treegold homeroom. Thank you.
Hello everyone, this is the Mraz Lots homeroom. I will start with Elizabeth and her experience with Odell. Odell has always been a kind and considerate friend. On the first day of school, nobody talked to me since I was new, and Odell is one of the first people to be friends with me. She made me feel welcome in the Overlake community, and she also introduced me to her friends. I made a couple of friends on the first day, and Odell helped me get through the first day at a new school. Thank you so much for being a caring friend this year, and I hope we will have a fantastic first year of high school together. Elizabeth is a very honest student. She brings joy to the community every day. She's a very hardworking student that knows how to balance life and school well. She excels in her studies and is a wonderful addition to Overlake. By Odell. Jack is an incredibly kind and caring person. He always pushes people to do their best and always encourages people to continue working. He always tries to cheer people up and lighten their mood by making jokes. He is always there for everybody and always has done his best to welcome people and be friends with everyone. From Christian. Eddie has been a delight to have in homeroom. He is calm, kind, hilarious, and his intellect seems to be second to none. He brought a special effect to the homeroom even if he didn't say anything the entire period. All I can say is I am grateful to have him in my homeroom and to have him as a friend. From me. Avery is a pretty good person who is tall and smart. He is affable, agreeable, amiable, polite, likable, considerate, sympathetic, understanding, diplomatic, impartial, sincere, straightforward, Generous, helpful, kind, giving, observant, patient, and quick-witted. That is all. Thank you, Eddie. I appreciate that, and the check is in the mail. Kristen is one of the most hardworking people there is. Whether it's on the court for basketball or on the back of her horse, Kristen always puts in all of her effort. She's extremely caring and thoughtful and funny. She always is there if you need help with something, just want to talk, or just need a laugh. By Isabella. Isabella is kind, funny, athletic, respectful, and so much more. To be completely honest, I wouldn't have survived homeroom this year without her. She's such an amazing person to talk to and overall be around. Isabella puts a smile on everyone's face and somehow makes the bad days enjoyable. I'm so lucky to be able to call her my friend, and all the memories we made together are unforgettable. From staying up all night, talking at Seaside, to sitting next to each other during homeroom, she was always there making me smile. She's the best, and I'm so lucky to call her a friend and an 8th grade homie. From Christian. To sum up, we are all kind, funny, caring, and supportive. This is the Mrazlots homeroom. One last thing, however, is it is Isabella's birthday today, so happy birthday, Isabella.
Hi, I'm Mindy McGrath, and it has been my honor and privilege to be the advisor for the McGrath homeroom. This past year has been amazing. It's been my first year at Overlake and my first year as an 8th grade advisor, and this group has welcomed me with open arms and kindness. I'm so proud of them. We had a great time having snacks, causing some chaos, meeting daily in the field house, and just getting together and hear about each other's days. It is with my pleasure to let our advisees tell you about each and every special one of us that is in this group. So without further ado, I introduce the McGrath Advisory.
Brian, we've been going to the same school for 4 years. I don't remember how many classes I've had with you, but I'm sure that the number is in the hundreds. And in all those times, each and every one of them, I don't think I have ever heard you say anything mean about anyone. You are never pessimistic, but instead focus on the good always. Thank you for that, Brian.
This video is for Danny Goodman, so if you are not Danny Goodman, you can keep moving. You can go now if you're not Danny. Alright, nice. Now it's just Danny here. Danny, you are awesome! You're awesome! Okay? It's a fact. It's not an opinion, it's a fact. You're awesome. Okay? Homeroom was like super cool. Oh, no. Homeroom was like super cool with you, and I hope you have a really great summer.
I have known Charlie since 6th grade, and we were never really good accomplices until this year. We got to know each other a lot better during homeroom and became great friends. He somehow always has a joke on hand, no matter the situation, and can always brighten the mood of everyone in homeroom. He just spreads his positive energy around wherever he goes. He will not be attending Overlake next year, and we will all miss him.
I've known Keith for almost 4 years, and from my experience, I know that he is talkative. He is talkative in a good way, and he socializes with everyone he can. He has made our homeroom a lot brighter by saying funny comments or about some funny experience that he had. A memory we made together was when we sat next to each other on the bus. We always watched some interesting basketball videos. Overall, I've enjoyed my school experience with Keith, and I hope that we have a great high school experience as well.
Mia Trenbeth is such a vibrant and funny person. I have known her since preschool, and I can attest that she has not lost any of her spunk or kindness through the years. She has shown us all that she is an amazing actress, a fabulous singer, and a great athlete. She has a positive attitude
and demonstrates that whether playing soccer or learning dances for a play. We are so glad that she was a part of our middle school experiences. Thank you, Mia, for adding brightness to everyone's school year. Congratulations on graduating.
Anika Krishnan, we miss you. We miss the laughter and positivity you brought to homeroom each day. We miss your smile, and we miss hanging out with you. We miss seeing you on the volleyball courts, and we miss seeing you be you. It's different online, but I really hope that we can all be together next year. Okay.
Kate McDaniel, this year has been great with you. My best memory of you is when our entire homeroom had to chase Keith around because you took your phone. That was really funny. You provided some really great ideas whenever we had to solve problems, and we really appreciate that. Your sense of humor is incredible, and I'm glad our homeroom could see that. Thank you for making homeroom this year amazing. See you next year.
So this year, I think overall the McGrath homeroom has gotten along really well with each other, and I think Lita was a huge part in that. Every discussion or activity we did, she always had a huge part to play in it, and she always gave really intelligent advice, and she's also one of the nicest people I've ever met, and she always knows when to say the right thing. So yeah, and we'll definitely all really miss her next year.
Yo, what's up, McGrath homeroom? Basically, I was involuntarily volunteered to do this end of year wrap up, so that's what I'll be doing now. Basically, homeroom this year, it was great. Nothing more, okay? Miss McGrath, best teacher ever. Am I right or am I right? Exactly, only one right answer there. I mean, both are correct, but anyways. It was great, Keith, I think you're addicted to Smarties now, that's good. But anyways, Miss McGrath, thank you so much for such a great year, and I hope you all have a great summer.
Hi, my name is Anisha Needamangala.
Hi, my name is Puri Kumar.
We are from Mr. Jimenez's homeroom, and we want to share a bit about the best homeroom in the world.
We meet in the field house pretty much every day, and we always make the most of our time together. As a homeroom, we love eating food and getting to have open gym on Fridays.
We can't believe that this year came to an end so fast. I guess it's true time flies when you're having fun.
I'm so incredibly proud to see how much our homeroom has matured and grown during this short period of time. All of us have bright futures ahead. In the beginning of the year, we had 8 Jimenez homies, and now we have 9.
That's right. Penelope Lorena Jimenez was born on Cinco de Mayo, May 5th. She is so adorable, and we're so grateful that we were a part of this very special year for Mr. Jimenez. In the beginning of the year, we hardly knew one another, but over the course of the year, we've become a family.
We have so many amazing memories together, even though our homeroom time is so short and was made online for part of the year. One of these memories being Secret Santa. Everyone's gifts were so thoughtful.
Right after we all opened our presents, unexpectedly, many of us received Beyblades. Everyone ran to the water fountain and were being entertained until we had to go back to class.
Our homeroom also really loves donuts. Whenever there was a birthday or pretty much any occasion, Mr. Jimenez got donuts, and they were all gone way too quickly.
Obviously, our advisory would not be the same without everyone in it, so
we are now going to talk about each Jimenez homie and why they are all so special.
To start, I want to talk about Chase Rudin. Chase is a very kind and passionate individual. He plays football and does a variety of other sports, including basketball. Unfortunately, Chase won't be returning to Overlake, and while we're all sad that he's leaving, we're glad that we'll always have this homeroom in common, no matter where our lives take us in the future.
Next, Evan Spinner. Evan is extremely funny and entertaining to be around. He always lightens the mood with a joke or comment. From being in the Music Man in 6th grade, Fools in 7th, and Susical this year, Evan keeps the entire homeroom entertained. He always brought a lot of energy and enthusiasm to our homeroom. He really showed his commitment to Mr. Jimenez by having his phone lock screen a photo of him for the entire school year.
Now, I want to talk about Mr. Jimenez. Mr. Jimenez has been one of the best advisors we could have hoped for. Although it was his first year at Overlake, he always made us all feel welcome and included. We still remember receiving an email from him over the summer, asking us to tell him our favorite candies, movies, songs, and more. This is an example of how much Mr. Jimenez cared. He always wanted to get to know us better and had us share what we did over the weekend every Monday at homeroom. Every time I would tell 6th grade boys I was in Jimenez homeroom, I could see the jealousy on their faces. That's how special Mr. Jimenez truly is.
Nathan Smith is a comedian. He'll make you laugh 9 out of 10 times, even if he doesn't mean to. Over the course of the year, we all learned how much Nathan loves donuts. Every time we share our weekend activities on Mondays, he always has something interesting to share. And this year, Nathan played basketball, which shows that he's a team player.
Next, I want to talk about Ronan Smith. He's always a great presence to have in our homeroom. Ronan is very passionate about video games and anime, which means he was a great fit for Mr. Jimenez's anime club. Ronan was always willing to try new things in classes and always had a positive attitude, which made him a great person to have in homeroom.
Next, Tessa Denigan. Tessa is so kind and extremely hardworking. She always came to homeroom ahead of time and had her laptop set up to work on anything that was due for the next 2 weeks. She's extremely responsible and never procrastinates. She has a really kind heart and is one of the sweetest people we've ever met. She always brings a positive attitude to the homeroom and she's always smiling. Our homeroom is really lucky to have her.
Next, I want to talk about Puri Kumar. Puri is a really compassionate and funny person. She keeps the homeroom entertained by making TikToks, and overall, Puri is a very well-rounded person. She always has kind words to say and can make anyone laugh when they're feeling down in the dumps. We've all been so lucky to have Puri in this homeroom because of her incredible personality, and she's been a joy to have in homeroom.
And finally, I want to talk about Anisha Needamangala. She is super kind and sweet. She has a beautiful laugh and her smile lights up every room she enters. She has such a positive energy and she really is a team player. She was our ASB rep this year, and she did a great job. She always gave our homeroom information about her meetings and always kept us updated. Our homeroom really wouldn't be the same without her. We're so extremely grateful to say that we were in Mr. Jimenez's advisory this year.
This year has been such a blast, and we've cherished every moment. We may have had a rough end of the year and an online graduation, but that just means we're more ready than ever to take on high school. Thanks for listening.